Yo, what's going on, my beautiful YouTube family? It's been a couple of days since I've been able to upload, and you guys would not believe the reason. I actually tweeted this out. So a couple of days ago, I come down to record a video, or make a video rather, and I pick up my headset, and I notice that there's no sound and no recording. Nothing's coming out of it, and I look down at the wire, and it's chewed up. My puppy ended up chewing the wire up, broke my headset, and I just couldn't get to the store to get a new one. So finally, went to the store today, got a new headset, and I am here doing this video for you guys. And as you guys can see, we're doing a race to Division 1. We're in Division 5, and we are hopping into this match right away. Now, if you didn't see, I changed the formation of my team. I've been using the 4-2-3-1 wide. This time, I decided to go to the 4-3-3 just to spice things up a little bit, see if I like it a little bit more. In our first game in this episode, we come up against a French League Serie A hybrid, a really nice team. Everyone's got great chemistry, 82 overall. Cavani as a striker. A lot of people love using Cavani. I personally don't like his high work rates, but he was a phenomenal player, tremendous player actually. But he just makes an error here, gives me the ball early on in the match, and then I find De Bruyne make the run and just easy finish. Wonderful finish, puts it in with a finesse shot right past Tryin, and all of a sudden we find ourselves up 1-0 7 minutes in. But as I said, he was a phenomenal player. He had great passing here, and you guys will see an example of it as he finds Valbuena make the run, but Cahill with a goal-saving slide tackle falls right to Cavani, but Cavani takes it with his weak foot, no power on that shot. Eventually he's going to try working it down the wings, and Sané with a terrible tackle completely misses the ball, and he picks up a yellow card. And if you see the positioning, it's almost as good as a corner. So we were a little bit nervous, and my opponent's just gonna whip this one in, gets right to Cavani's head, and it almost soars into the back of the net. Cavani with some great power on that header. Second half now, he's gonna get the first shot of the second half. A nice save by Czech to make sure that we still maintain the lead of this game. But you guys will notice that he pushes up his center backs into the attack. A great shot on goal, and it hits the post. Luck prevails one more time, so we still have the lead. We got to get things back together a little bit. We got to get things in order. We've been on the ropes for quite a bit here. Get a little bit lucky. De Bruyne is going to take a shot on goal, but his keeper makes the save. So one save to another. And as you guys can see, both keepers playing on their A game at the moment. He's going to get the counter, led by Abate. Finds João Moutinho right outside of the box. Great bit of passing. Finds Valbuena making an overlapping run. Czech with a save, and then he gets the rebound. Puts in the equalizer in the 66th minute. He was bound to score, guys. He was attacking all game. Definitely hats off to him. He was bound to score, and a very nice goal. Eventually here, a great save by Czech in perfect positioning. We're going to show off his throwing skills here. Gets it right to De Bruyne. A nice 1-2 with the header, and then some great 1-2 again. Witsel to De Bruyne, and then a far post strike into the back of the net. So we end up taking the lead, and we run away with a victory. He played very well this game. He deserved at least a draw. I walk away with the win, though. Very nervous using the 4-3-3. Did not like it whatsoever. So what we ended up doing is we sold off the team completely, went for something new. I actually wanted to get a Belgium, kind of a Belgian-Colombian hybrid, but that's not what I ended up with. You guys will see I ended up with a 4-2-3-1. The one with the two cams, though. I decided to ditch the one that was wide. Now, I've mentioned before that the 4-2-3-1 wide works very well for me on head-to-head, but for some reason, this version of the 4-2-3-1 works better for me, at least, on Ultimate Team. I just feel like it's a little bit better for keeping possession, and with Ultimate Team, because it's a little bit faster, a little bit more pacier than head-to-head, I feel like being able to maintain possession, or using a formation that you're able to maintain possession a little bit easier, just makes more sense to me. So that's why I switched to this formation. But EA decided to rob us of a victory. You guys will see I'm about to come up against this opponent. He's got a phenomenal 4-1-2-1-2 BPL squad, but it just freezes on the screen. And I actually sped it up a little bit so we wouldn't have to sit here for a while, but it just freezes on the screen. And there was only one thing left to do. I was not going to wait until it loads up or until whatever happened. I ended up hitting the dash. You guys will notice. I ended up hitting the dash. We go to dash, and then we come back, and of course, we get the DNF loss. So we end up taking a loss. Now our record's at 29 wins, 1 draw, and 5 losses. Kind of unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? You gotta go ahead, get right back into things, and find a new opponent, which is exactly what we're gonna do. Still gonna use the same team, the 4-2-3-1 that I made. Haven't used it yet, and I'm really excited to use this team. Lots of Belgian players, so hopefully they play well for us, and we finally get another opponent. This time it does not disconnect, thank God. And he's using the 4-3-3 false 9. He's got a full German side, and I was a bit nervous coming up against this guy because he has a very, very nice looking team. Draxler as his center forward, Royster as his left wing. Gotta always be careful when those guys are paired together. They are just lethal weapons, man. They're very difficult to stop. Now, the 4-2-3-1 I enjoyed quite a bit. You'll see me using a lot of ground through balls. This is one of the over-the-top through balls I used here. Lukaku making the run. Shoots it with his right foot, which is his weak foot. And Neuer is going to have an easy time saving that one. But this is a great pass from Dembele here. Finding Fellaini make the run. But we shoot it right at Neuer. Get lucky to get possession of it. Then finally Dembele, who was the initiator of the attack, ends up getting the rebound, puts in the goal, and we take the 1-0 lead. And that's all that happened in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. It was a defensive stalemate for a while. Second half now, we use our passing skills and another ground through ball. I'm not a big fan of the over-the-top lobbed ball, and you guys will see De Bruyne just controls that one beautifully. Top right corner as he demolishes that ball, and we get a 2-goal lead into the second half. An error here by Abate, put too much power on that pass. Draxler's going to maintain possession of this ball. I thought he was going to cross it in, but luckily Mignolet comes out and scoops it up from my opponent's feet, so we end up getting that one. Another ground through ball. I'm loving the ground through ball instead of the over the top, as I've mentioned. It gets through to Lukaku. Lukaku takes it with his weak foot. Doesn't go too well for us, and then a nice bit of play again. This time we go with the over-the-top through ball. Lukaku again with his weak foot. I got to get it onto that left foot of his because his left foot is very, very good. A great passing play here late in the second half. Dembele, I think I just did a little bit too much with this one. I should have just taken the shot earlier. Bounces off his defender. He makes the mistake in clearing it. Fellaini with the shot. Neuer with the diving save. Make sure that we're only up by 2, but we get the corner late in the game, 89th minute. This one gets cleared out perfectly, and again, another mistake. I have it with my center back. He ends up snatching it away, and it's just 1-on-1 with my keeper. I pull out my keeper, and that's going to be an easy chip for him. He gets a consolation goal, but that's it. 90th minute goal with Draxler. Ends up being 2-1, and we walk away with another victory. 4 wins, 0 draws, and I should only have 1 loss in Division 5 so far, but we got that disconnect or freeze loss as well. So not too shabby so far throughout the divisions. I'm pretty happy with everything. I'm not so big on records, to be honest with you guys. I've always said that I think someone is more dangerous when he's had more losses because he's played against more people to figure out how to beat them, if that makes sense. Because eventually when you play against everything out there, you start learning how to beat them. So I would be not afraid, but I would think that a better player in Division 1 has more losses, if that makes sense to anybody out there. I think, you know, you can sometimes catch someone by surprise if they have a crazy record. But anyways, with all of that out of the way, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you share it and give it a like. It really, really helps me out. You guys have been supporting me tremendously, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Tomorrow, there'll be a trading video. I want to talk about a potential market crash coming our way within 2 to 3 weeks, so be very, very careful, and we'll talk about how you can protect yourself against that market crash. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you tomorrow. And if you haven't subscribed already, and if you want to see daily FIFA content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I mean, what else you gonna do? Catch you guys all tomorrow. Later.